When I think about truth, I think about all the billions of people looking for it within themselves. Find your truth, they say. The fallacy with that is we were never meant to feel or have that kind of pressure. We look for truth in what feels pleasurable, manageable, and believable. If we can believe it or rationalize it, it qualifies as truth. And as long as we don't feel like we're lying, we are confident we've landed on it. The thing about truth is, in order for it to be true, it has to surpass emotion and the pleasure center. For something to be true, it needs roots. The truth can only be found where we began. The Bible is not a book of rules, it's a love story. Cover to cover, for how God has always known us, always desired us, and willing to die for us. Jesus wasn't just a man. He came to point us to what's true, and he's not hard to find. Essentially, when we go on a quest for, quote unquote, our own truth, what we're really saying is we're comfortable being our own God. We're comfortable handling and shouldering everything about our existence. But here's the tragedy of being your own God. As an excerpt from The Second Coming of the New Age by Stephen Bankars and Josh Peck. If you are your own God, you are as good as it gets for you. No one can help you spiritually because no one else is your God, only you are. Your limited experience on earth is all you have to guide you through the mysteries of the universe, death, and beyond. You have to figure out how to provide your own afterlife without even really knowing what happens when you die. Choosing to be your own God means you are worshiping a being who cannot create anything new, cannot save you from death, cannot provide you any answers you don't already know, cannot tell you what will happen for you, cannot provide a divine meaning or plan for your life, and cannot understand anything about reality outside of a human perspective. In fact, if you are your own God, then your God cares so little for you that he or she believes you deserve nothing better than to worship a flawed and finite God who will die someday and cannot offer any first-hand perspective on life after death. You are left as the only strength, the only source of wisdom, and the only lifeline you really have. You are betting your entire existence on being able to navigate the mysteries of the universe through cognitive, sensory, and geographic limitations in time and space. Your 3-pound brain is the only real reference point you have. How do you know that your brain even evolved to think accurately about philosophical questions? Independent of the existence of an all-knowing, transcendent mind, how do you know your own reasoning process is valid? How do you know your cognitive processes can be trusted, that the laws of logic are objective, or that anything exists outside of your own mind? You don't. So why make yourself the God over your own life when you are fundamentally unable to give any definitive answers about who you are, why you are here, and where you are going? Why exalt yourself if, in the absence of a creator, you have no good reason to trust your own brain's ability to give you the very answers you are seeking? If we are honest with ourselves, we would not place that level of importance, responsibility, and worship on any human being. We would not worship one of our friends, family members, or any other human as God. Why then would we want ourselves to fill that role? Wouldn't it be better to submit to a power higher than ourselves? Wouldn't it make sense to trust the one who created everything, to give us the answers we seek? Wouldn't it be far more comforting to worship the God who has proven himself throughout his word, his actions, and his sacrifice for each of us? I don't have enough faith to believe I can carry myself through this life or into the next one alone. I would rather follow a God who knows what he is talking about and who loves me more than I could ever possibly understand. I would rather deny myself and follow Jesus.